Oh my god, guys, love is in the air.
Love is in the beautiful air, I call it.
So to start today's beautiful program, we have a very romantic person of the day.
Okay.
Congresswoman Lauren Bobert got kicked out of a performance of Beetlejuice.
Maybe my favorite story of the day.
She went to the Denver Buell Theater to take in Beetlejuice the musicals. A lot of people love this show. It's a packed theater. You see this surveillance footage of her sitting there with a male friend next to her. And the usher comes up and sort of talks with them. It's a little bit animated, and then she's escorted out of the theater. She admits that she was snapping photos of the performance, which you're not allowed to.
We are arguing about the wrong things.
What?
Lauren Bobert was wearing an incredible dress at this.
Lauren Bobert is a smoke show.
Hey, man,
You guys
come
are
on.
nasty.
She's not hot.
Yeah, so I was trying to figure out exactly what this little
Pendejo.
was kicked out for. And what does this crap say? According to an incident report by the Denver Arts and Venues, the operator of the whatever theater in downtown Denver, Bobert was vaping, singing. She was vaping, doing this, and recording the musical, resulting in 4 separate complaints from other patrons. Yeah, so there's about 7.5 minutes of security camera footage of this. And by the way, how did I not know that there's a Beetlejuice live? I want to see that. How come Lauren Bobert gets to see, what, a quarter of this, half of this show? And I haven't seen
Toilets.
this security footage inside this theater really paints a picture of Lauren Bobert's relationship. Like, in the frame, you got about like couple hundred people, mostly older or middle-aged people in this theater. They are just silently sitting there staring at the Beetlejuice play. What is it, a play? By the way, we all remember Beetlejuice's famous catchphrase. Which is,
That is my own sperm.
he was always saying that. And then there's one person who cannot seem to stop moving, and that's Lauren
Boom.
Lauren Bobert's date is also just acting totally normal. She's literally the only one going a goblin like this in the show. But of course, my favorite part of all this is imagine being the guy on the date with Lauren Bobert. Yep, just a totally normal date. You know, I'm living a very normal, sane life, out seeing Beetlejuice live with Lauren Bobert, you know.
Just another normal day with normal human interactions.
Oh, she's yelling again and vaping, doing body rolls. No, she's doing body rolls, even though they're not doing a musical number right now. But we actually have some very, very hot off the presses, recently released footage of Bobert after she was removed from the theater, and she was detained. So let's cut to that.
Stack banana till the morning come.
We live in an imperfect world.
No, it's fine. Come on.
A world where things are never as simple as you want them to be. Where triumph is often accompanied by tragedy.
Where
Every single person on this planet is gay.
Oh, that's right, guys. Today we're going to be looking at, this wacky, it sounds like this. The Daily Wire, they're always up to something insane. But every once in a while, they get a W. And this is one of those moments. What is this stupid video called? Yes, I'm going to be on Dancing with the Stars. Deal with it. This is this guy, Matt Walsh. So this one's kind of funny. So long story short, Matt Walsh shares a name. Is it spelled the same way too? Yeah, I think it's spelled the same way too. Matt Walsh shares the same name with kind of a comedy legend. He was one of the original Upright Citizens Brigade guys. He's very funny. You know, he's in all kind of crap. But he shares a name with this guy. And the UCB comedy, funny Matt Walsh is going to be on Dancing with the Stars, which that's actually kind of disappointing, to be honest. But anyway.
Just a quick sample of some of the things that these haters said on Twitter, just reading a few of the comments. Why the F is ABC giving a platform to far-right bigot Matt Walsh? Another says, why the F is Matt Walsh on Dancing with the Stars? A lot of comments like that.
I know.
Also, something tells me that Christo-fascist and transphobic and homophobic Matt Walsh will regret making a fool of himself on Dancing with the Stars.
Right.
Like, who told you this was a good idea, Matt? You're literally gifting the people you hate with enough ammo to launch a war.
Okay.
Another says, I'm sorry, why the F is Matt Walsh here? Another says, I think it's ridiculous that this huge show, Dancing with the Stars, is letting racist, misogynistic, anti-LGBTQ plus commentator Matt Walsh be filmed.
Just just do a couple clicks, guys. I mean, you're right. You're right. This guy is, he says a bunch of, this guy does say a bunch of creepy stuff on his channel. But, click through. Make sure you got the right guy before you put up the tweet,
Filmed. Be better. I mean,
Okay.
we missed out on some horrible content from
put
him while
be
he
better.
practiced, but still.
She did put be better, okay. Also, if I can ask a slightly unrelated question here, please, guys. Who the hell's watching this, what is it called? Dancing with the Stars thing?
You loved her in Romy and Michelle's high school reunion.
Yes, I did.
Now she's bringing those dance moves back 26 years later. Good morning, America! It's Mira Sorvino with Gleb.
Oh, of course, Gleb. Oh, well, you didn't say. Oh, it's Gleb. Hey.
With Glab.
Should I know who Gleb is? Huh?
From PCA to DWTS.
Okay.
It's Jamie Lynn Spears and Allie.
I'm gonna crush the competition.
Right. I would love to interview like a committed Dancing with the Stars fan. Just be like, so are you really interested in Mira Sorvino? Are you a big Jamie Lynn Spears fan still?
Are you watching this in a mean way?
Well, folks, corporate America has chosen its god. Apparently, that is the god of paganism, like Mother Earth. I have to say that the pagan mentality that's taken over corporate America is truly an astonishing thing.
Okay.
So there's an ad that was released yesterday by Apple
Okay.
in which they effectively call for worship of Mother Nature.
Effectively call for worship of Mother Nature.
I mean, this is just pure pagan Gaia worship nonsense.
Yeah, this is why I love watching the Daily
Toilet.
because I never would have found out about this otherwise. This Apple ad, it's called Mother Nature. This came out 2 days ago at the Apple event. Ooh. You know who was the presenter at the Apple event?
C.K. Louis.
You're not trying to bribe Mother Nature with Apple swag.
It's Apple's very first carbon neutral product.
Yeah, so whatever, blah, blah, blah. Apple, they do these stupid things where people watch it and the guy's like, oh, we got some new crap that you could pay for, We got some new crap that you could do this. And then you can look at it while you're driving and you go like this. And they play this 5-minute, it's more of like a sketch than an ad. It's okay, whatever. It's a 5-minute ad. And it's got this lady, Octavia Spencer, in it. She's a really good actor. The problem with stuff like this, with giant companies like Apple, is that you just think of Don Draper the whole time when you watch this. I mean, the acting's fine, the concept is fine, but you could just see some ad guy pitching this thing. That's all you picture the whole time watching this. Oh, there's a lady. It's Octavia Spencer. What was she in? I don't know.
What was she in, Weekend at Bernie's?
And she's going to play Mother Nature to come and check in with Apple how they're doing on their responsibility to the environment.
And Apple offices are already carbon neutral.
This building is carbon neutral?
Now, the funny thing about this is that conservatives hate this ad. It's like you look at the New York Post, you look at Ben Shapiro, oh, this sucks. Which is kind of weird because according to them, the invisible hand of the free market is supposed to come in, And Apple is a company where their demographic are people who care about that stuff, who kind of care more about the environment. So they're telling them things they want to hear, whether it's true or not. There's a lot of back and forth online with environmental groups as to whether or not any of the things they say in this ad is even true or going to happen.
Okay, so can I just point out how stupid this is?
Hey.
So there are a few things that are incredibly stupid about this. So this entire commercial, which apparently was unveiled at the Apple product launch to demonstrate just how environmentally friendly they are.
Okay.
First of all, it begins with Mother Nature arriving, and then they say, how's the weather? And it gets real dark.
Okay.
And Mother Nature says, whatever I want it to be.
All right.
So what are we worried about you for? I'm confused.
Okay.
If Mother Nature is all that powerful, then why is it that we are not seeking to protect ourselves from you and not the other way around? Which, by the way, was the story of virtually all of human history until the last 5 minutes.
Oh, boy. Yeah, right, because it's an ad. Because it's an ad and it's a metaphor. Imagine having to go on in front of whatever, 250,000 people or however many views, however many dwindling views you get, and have to pretend that you don't understand what this commercial is saying. Whether or not it's true, whether or not Apple gives a crap about the environment, and they're not just going to do some credit or certificate carbon scam or something. Imagine just having to pretend that you don't understand the ad. Oh, well, she said that she could control the weather. I mean, obviously this dude got all his startup money from fracking billionaires. This is really just like a cowardly, goofy, annoying way of saying, don't do anything about climate change. It's so stupid because
Mother Nature has always been trying to kill people.
But doesn't that support the point of why don't we do things to keep the weather from getting extreme? And I don't think this makes the point that you're trying to make here, buddy. Okay, I do think that there's something wrong with this guy, because I think he's improvising here, and I think he just totally gets lost. Here we go.
We're proving to you what good people we are. What amazing, amazing people we are. Don't worry about values. Don't worry about like whether what you're doing is good or evil in terms of the product that you produce, what kind of protections it has for, say, children, how content actually reaches people via the phones and computers you put out. Don't worry about any of that stuff. What you really ought to worry about is Mother Nature. So first of all, the substitution, I mean, it is paganism. Worshipping nature.
Okay. I love this. This is great, climate change is fake content. First it's why don't they focus on other stuff? Then it's also it's paganism. So he's just like throwing, what can I throw at the...
Worshipping nature is a form of paganism.
It is?
Because the reality is nature don't care about you.
Hey.
And if you are making pagan sacrifices to the gods, but what you're offering up is not, grain and meat. What you're offering up is instead like recycled aluminum. I'm not sure what the difference is. Maybe my favorite part about all of this.
You're not sure what the difference is there? That's pretty good. He's like, what's the difference between this, Apple's making these promises about how they're going to have less of a carbon footprint. What's the difference between that and making pagan sacrifices? I guess the difference is that Apple has a customer base who didn't get rich and base their entire career off of oil billionaires giving them money. So they're kind of concerned about the future of the planet. So this company's making them a promise, hey, we're going to destroy the earth less with producing this crap, these little gadgets.
What I like about this is it's...
yeah, please tell us.
It's good when the mask comes off. When corporate America basically says, when people like Tim Cook are like, well, my chief goal is to worship Mother Nature and to use my giant company to do so. Meanwhile, I'll produce all of our product in communist China, where they completely abuse the environment and don't care about anything.
Well, wait a second. Is that Earth worshiper talk right there?
Wait a second.
Oh, this concern about China's pollution, that kind of sounds like paganism to me. It's so good. Sometimes I feel sorry for this guy because he does kind of have a hard job where you kind of you have to say nonsense. You have to say nonsense all day, but you got to figure out a way to make it sound like you're making a point. I mean, what he should have said there is China's awesome, but you can't say that because we hate China, So I'm going to totally contradict my earlier point to make this.
Generally speaking, Chinese people look Chinese.
Chinese point.
It's with great interest that I checked out the websites of both the New York Times and CBS News last night to see how they were covering the story of a Virginia State House candidate named Susanna Gibson. Gibson, as you may have heard, was just outed as a cyber prostitute, a porn star.
Okay.
She live streamed videos on a porn website of herself engaging in various sex acts with her husband in exchange for money from strangers.
Okay.
And these were not private videos. They were not password protected.
Okay, this story has kind of blown up over the past couple days. This is, what's this lady's name? Susanna Gibson. She's a Democrat running for office in Virginia. Oh, in fudge round country. Sounds like this up there. So she's a Democrat. She's running for office. And what it looks like is some Republican operative dug up an online porn stream that she did with her husband. Here's a quote. Gibson had an account on Chatterbait. Whoa. Chatterbait sounds like this. You know who goes on there?
C.K. Louis.
A legal website where viewers can watch live webcam performances that feature nudity and sexual activity. According to the screenshots reviewed by the AP. I love that reviewed by the AP. I picture some guy who works for the AP. He's like, I'll review these.
I'll review these screenshots.
You mean you're going to watch those porn videos?
Well, it's more of a review.
Right, you're just going to watch the porn.
Yeah, again, it's more of a review process.
Screenshots reviewed by the AP. The videos show Gibson and her husband, some guy, having sex and at times looking into the camera and asking viewers for donations, blah, 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 blah.
Now, if the New York Times and CBS News truly meant what they've been saying all these years about the legitimacy of sex work, about the fact that it's an admirable occupation that should not be stigmatized, you'd think that this would be the easiest imaginable story for them to cover. Here you have a strong, independent woman engaging in consensual acts of prostitution with a willing partner. What could be more liberating than that? Truly, this is what decades of feminism have been leading to all along. This is the ultimate feminist success story.
Okay, so first of all, there is actually a good headline for the story. This is from Politico. So what if a candidate live streamed sex acts with her husband? That's kind of how I feel. What are this lady's policies, all this crap? The only creep in this story is like the Republican operative who's like, oh, let's put this out there.
Look, she's naked. Okay.
Yeah, I guess I don't want the policies that this lady's going to fight for in the government because I saw her naked. Okay, and then this guy, Matt Walsh, goes into a whole thing about like, well, why aren't they proud of this? If we should respect this kind of work, why aren't they honoring this? And of course, the obvious answer is, well, it's a little bit different when a political operative takes a video that was probably only seen by a couple hundred people and like makes a copy of it and sends it to the media as a political hit job. It's a little, when you're weaponizing the thing, it's a little different, But that brings us to the kind of like interesting legal crap about this case. What Gibson and her this is from Politico again. What Gibson and her lawyer lack in legal acumen, they make up for in moxie. Oh, ooh. When you live stream sex acts on a site where you have 5,700 followers and it doesn't require a password, can you convince a judge and jury that your expectation of privacy has been violated? Likewise, her lawyer's idea that it violates Virginia's revenge porn law is a stretch. So this is actually like an interesting legal question. I don't know what the courts... It sounds like she's saying she's going to like sue somebody or something or take this to court. She's saying it's illegal. If you spread a video that has relatively low views with the media, with the press, and it's like, it's a video that has nudity and all this stuff in it, and you spread it with the intent to harm that person, is that revenge porn? When you read this, it would seem like a no, but it's kind of like maybe. I mean, that's probably not gonna stand up in court as revenge porn, but it's pretty revengey. It's definitely, okay, I will say it's in the same spirit, right? Well, there we go, guys. Just a quick check-in with the daily...
Weird.
Guys there.
Oh my god, it's the weekend. Holy mother of Christ.
And what do we like to do on the weekend? We like to do this.
New York City is nothing without pizza.
We shout that.
Love you guys so much. Have a good weekend. Do Uber cars when you're doing this.
And you're treating these Uber cars as if they were
toilets.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Hey, guys.
Guess what? You're not even getting the whole show. If you want every episode and a whole bunch of other
subscribe on Patreon.
Subscribe on Patreon for as little as 2 bones. Just click the stupid little link below the video in the comments.
See, right there.
There you go. Click it, and that, yep. When you become a patron for as little as 2 bones, you get the Tuesday, Thursday, patron-only episodes. You also get the weekly Book-a-Blega show where we talk about important books. The questions and comments thing where you can ask questions and make comments and all this crap.
All for less than the price of a rancid Charleston chew.
And for only 25 putrid little dollars,
you can become a producer.
That's right, support the show and get your name up here. Look at these people. Look at these people that make the show possible, okay? God. I mean, without these beautiful people, this show goes straight into the dumpster. A rotten, just wet, disgusting dumpster, behind a restaurant. So there's old milk in there. That's where this show ends up without these people. Is that what you want? Okay, I guess it's what you want. I'll just leave. Nope, it's done. It's too late. Okay? Here we go. Here's the dump truck. Here's the dump truck come to pick up the show. This is what would happen with no producers. Thank you.